What's up? It's actually been quite a while since we've spoken. I've been busy with Andre Cruz and Chris Lujan of the Black Diamond Rhythm Band doing runs up to Reno and stuff and all of that. We just opened up a show at the Catalyst in Santa Cruz in the main room, opening for Balthus, just me and Andre as a duo, and it went great. But today, I want to talk to you about Twitchy Feet and Bag of Goodies from a band that I dubbed the Incredible Say Whats. This one started off, I was in an organ trio where I was playing drums, and it was Eric Meckelson on saxophone, who is a member of the Black Diamond Rhythm Band. I've been playing with him for a long time. Vince Volts on the Hammond organ, and then myself on drums. We were playing at the Bamboo Hut in San Francisco every Thursday or something like that. We played there all the time. Into that run, Nick Rossi ended up joining us. He had a band called the Nick Rossi Set and an album called On the Outset. This was one of my favorite albums for a long time, and I listened to the hell out of it. I got to know Nick because of probably MySpace or something back in the day. I was trying to do some like mobile recording, and I hit him up and asked him if I could come record his band live at some venue. Well, that never happened, but he ended up joining the organ trio, which was called One Cylinder, by the way, which is a Lou Donaldson track. So Nick Rossi kind of joined the band. It turned out that our organ player, Vince, was going to move to Minnesota to start his career as a super smart guy. And right before he moved to Minnesota, we were like, hey, let's go to the studio, let's record some stuff. So we recorded Twitchy Feet and Bag of Goodies. Now what you need to know is this is a straight up tribute 45. There was a band called The Soul Machine, which in '68 released their versions of this. So they are the originators of these tunes, and I loved that record so much. I had heard it on the Love and Hate compilations. Twitchy Feet was on the What It Is compilation by Love and Hate, and then there was a compilation called Bag of Goodies that Love and Hate put out. And I fell in love with both of those songs, so I wanted to pay tribute to it. So we went into the studio and recorded these two songs. And it was the first time that I recorded to tape, other than like a 4-track cassette. This is the third record on Lugnut Brand. The first two were done digitally, but this was the first time we went to tape. And we did it all live in one room with no headphones, and the recording session was a dream. Ask anyone involved. It was insane. We went into the studio, Decibel Recording Studio in San Francisco, and we went in the morning, first thing in the morning, we got everything set up, we recorded the 4 songs, then we took a break, we went to lunch, and then we came back and we mixed the songs, same day. So we left that recording session with 4 fully mixed songs from beginning to end, you know, set up, record, lunch break, come back, mix it, we left with a finished product. Co-produced by Nick Rossi. I wanted to give him production credit on this one because he really helped out with not only the tunes, but he brought some players in. This is the first time I met Jason Boyd, who now I'm playing with in the Vesuvians. So I guess I should say Ben Wayne on the drums. I was playing bass, Nick Rossi guitar, Vince Volts Hammond organ, Wurlitzer, Eric Meckelson saxophone, Jason Boyd trumpet. Like I said, a dream session. Ask anybody who was on the session. It was like the best. And ever since then, there was a long time when I was trying to just recreate that session, doing things on my own, recording on my own, just trying to set the same vibe, trying to set everything up the same. It was basically like the beginning of me working on tape. Since then, immediately after that, everything has been on tape, or at least started on tape before we went into the box and started, you know, overdubbing and mixing in the computer and stuff like that. Twitchy Feet, Bag of Goodies. I'm telling you, this record is still available. We pressed 500 of them, and they were, you know, like I said, this was just the 3rd record on the label, so it's a little under the radar. Things didn't really pick up until the MTET started happening, which was the record after this, which we will talk about soon. Bandcamp, you could find the Incredible Say Whats. You could find this on Spotify, Apple Music, and all of that stuff. Very proud of this record. It sounds old, and that was the goal. Dig it.